This is not clickbait. This is not a joke. And it is certainly not something that I ever thought I would be sharing as a story time, but here we are. And you can only imagine the shock I had last week when I looked at my email and saw a message from one of my followers, shout out to Jenny, who let me know that there is a fellow YouTuber who was using my image, me on, like my physical image that I used for a thumbnail for another video about volcanic eruptions in Iceland. Someone had swiped that image, used it for their thumbnail about 5 disturbing ways in which people have died in volcanic eruptions. I'm paraphrasing. I will definitely show the thumbnail exactly so you can see what I'm talking about, because I took a screenshot of it because I was like, this is like beyond bizarre. First of all, this is even happening, but like, what? Why would you do that? Anyway, so I'm going to go into how I resolved this issue, and mainly I'm sharing this for anybody that might come across something similar, or if one of the people that you know is a creator or just a random individual and their image is being misused, this is how you can resolve it. I never thought that I would find myself in that situation, but I'm glad to at least share what I learned or was able to do to protect my own image in a situation like this. So like I mentioned, this person sent me the email. I checked it out myself on YouTube. And of course, it was validated that my image was being used for this video. And you can see it here. I'm literally smiling. And what's crazy is that on the thumbnail, it's pointing an arrow at me saying her last photo. So it's not only just implying, it's basically claiming that that was my last photo at a volcanic eruption. I might be one of those people in this video where, they had died in disturbing ways at a volcanic eruption. Whew, I just thought about my family, like when I saw this, because Ginny had mentioned that, even her heart had skipped a beat when she saw it because she recognized me. And then along with what the title was, it was just like, whoa. And she's like, wait, no, let me email this person. I'm pretty sure they're okay, knowing that there isn't even a current volcanic eruption happening, and was, made me aware of it. And of course, even though I don't know this person like in person, the fact that I have community online and people might think that, or of course, family who maybe I don't speak to all the time and might be afraid for my safety. And when you think about like media has oftentimes exaggerated the situation in Iceland. We don't currently have a volcanic eruption, but when we have, there have been reports of making it seem like Iceland's under lava or things like that are just really shocking and potentially would make you not even want to visit or even want to live here or fear for the people that are living here, which we're all fine, by the way, just in case you were wondering. So when this happened, I wrote a comment underneath that video saying to please remove my image, that you don't have permission to use it. Also, I talk about Iceland and people being safe. So all of this is just like really layered in a way that's messed up because it's, again, associating me with a disturbing thing that happened, particularly losing your life, in a way that I'm trying to help people to, if they are even able, like if they are allowed by authorities to go to a volcanic eruption, how to be safe. So I was just like, wow, what the audacity you to take my image and use that. And so I did write that comment. And then I was like, no, I am not waiting for these people to potentially not see my comment, ignore it, delete it, or whatever. I'm going to go straight to YouTube. So I, did a little Googling and found out that copyright claims / copyright infringement strikes are a thing, and you just have to put one in. So that's what I did. It didn't take me longer than I think 5 minutes for this claim, and about a day or so later, I got an email back from YouTube saying that they agree with me. This is a copyright infringement because I had, obviously there's my channel, but it's clearly me, and the claim on this thumbnail makes it seem like it's something that is not true, and they didn't have my permission. So they took the video down, which I was like, yay, awesome, gone on about my life. That night, I get an email from that YouTube creator, that channel, saying they're really sorry, that their designer basically swiped it from, wherever, and they didn't do their due diligence, and they were unaware that the designer had used that thumbnail image. They're very sorry. They apologized, and they asked for basically an exchange where I take away the copyright strike, and they then don't use my image anymore. And in my head, I was like, why does this not feel like very much of a fair exchange when my image was being misused in the first place? But I'm really not here to hold a grudge. I just want my image to stop being used in that way. I'm also not trying to hurt any creators. That's why I'm not even naming who they are, because I don't want people to go and write nasty things underneath their content or whatever. I want to believe that they made a mistake. That's on them that they, have done something like this. I don't know who else they've done it to, because once they did take down my image, because I agreed to it and I said, fine, just take my image down within the next 24 hours and the copyright strike, is done, it's over. And they did that, and now they have another image up there for that video. Don't know if it's another person or a photo stock image or whatever. Regardless of the fact, it was just not cool. And I'm glad that I was able to have a right to resolve it, and YouTube actually did something relatively quickly to be able to protect my image and just my own, storyline in essence. I mean, something like that happened to me. Like I said, again, I wouldn't want my family to be finding out about that or to be thinking that from some random YouTube video. Of course, let me know what you thought of the situation down in the comments below. Of course, people might have their different feelings about it, even how I handle it, meaning like letting them not have the copyright strike anymore. I know a lot of people, though, who are creators who are using YouTube as their full-time or whatever else. As a creator who's never done that, but still as a creator who very much understands that there's a lot going on and sometimes you do have other people working for you. I don't know. I'm not sure what to believe in terms of that situation. Do you believe that they didn't know? It is possible that they have a designer working for them. I mean, they're not like a super huge channel, but they definitely have a decent amount of subscribers. And oftentimes having other people do things for you is a part of content creation when you get to a certain point, because you're trying to get out as much content as you can. I understand that. But if nothing else, I hope that this video at least lets you know that if you did see that image potentially, that nothing has happened to me, and also how you can potentially help yourself protect your image or your rights of an image if it shows up randomly on YouTube or another platform like that. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.